What is going on, guys? It's your boy GS, and first and foremost, if you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The only channel that will be providing online multiplayer on the daily. So today we have the last of the 4 teams eligible in the demo for Madden 25. The roster breakdown, the attributes, all of that fun stuff, how I would set it up and whatnot. So we're going to get into the Super Bowl champions, the Ravens. Now I have to say that I hate the Ravens. Why? Because they beat my Niners, so I don't like them anymore. Now, nonetheless, they definitely took a downgrade from Madden 13. I mean, that's expected, losing possibly the greatest linebacker and greatest safety of all time. So, I mean, that's to be expected. But Flacco starts off as a 93, the same boost that he got to end Madden 13 when they won the Super Bowl, upgraded to 93. And, you know, lacking in the speed department, but they got Taylor. They can mix in and out that some people like to do with the Ravens to give them a little edge, to keep the opponents off guard. We got a little bit of speed. And Flacco has a tremendous arm. He comes in with throw power of 98. That is right, 98. That is incredible. That is a rock. That is a cannon. That just means whenever that dude decides to throw the ball, he is throwing a 99-mile-per-hour fastball strike to whoever it is he's throwing to. But you look at his running attributes, not too much going on there. If you decide to take over Flacco, you definitely want to slide down. You don't want to take the chance of a juke or a spin or anything like that, because he's really not too high in elusiveness or being able to break tackles. You see amazing throw power, very good short accuracy, so he's able to throw very well from, you know, 5 yards in, 5-6 yards. Medium is good, you know, 10 yards in, then deep 15 yards beyond is pretty good too. That's expected. You know, having such a monstrous arm that he has, you know, definitely just a very good all-around pocket quarterback. This is the best weapon they have offensively, which is Raymond Rice, in my opinion. That is, you know, the guy is just a dual threat. He can come out of the backfield, he can catch the ball very well. As you see, he's got some speed on him. Trucking is all the way high, but he is a small guy that can fall forward every once in a while. You know, devastating spin move. You know, definitely the one specialty move you want to do to try to avoid people and make them miss is that quick spin move of a 94 rating. Should definitely leave people in the dust. You would definitely want to do that over juking, because his juking isn't nowhere near as good as a spin move. So I would suggest spinning with Ray Rice, breaking some tackles. No Leach in the fullback. They got Kyle Just Zerbiak. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know. Kyle Just Zerzak. Yeah. Somebody can break it down for me in the comment section how to pronounce this in layman terms, because I have no idea. Rookie fullback, definitely a downgrade from the Leachster, who was one of the best blocking fullbacks in the game. So definitely a downgrade, but nonetheless, he's okay. You know, not the best. You know, I'm sure there's worse out there. The receivers, speed galore with Jones, I should say. You know, you look a little bit further down. I would put Thompson at the number 3 spot in my slot, because of that speed. Is just 97 speed. That's somebody who can take a drag route to a touchdown. You know what I mean? I would rather have that over Reed, who may have better hands, but Thompson can take a small 5-yard catch all the way to the end zone. 97 speed. He's most likely going to be the fastest person on the field. I would have him in the slot with Jones and Smith and Thompson. That's 3 guys with absolutely blazing speed, with high acceleration. That's just going to be incredible on your field. As you guys know, speed has always dominated Madden. So their awareness isn't too high, so don't expect too many, you know, incredible sideline catches, keeping feet in bounds. You know, awareness has a lot to do with, you know, that. Also picking up the right block. You know, offense awareness is key to know, you know, your assignment and also where you are on the field. So don't be surprised if they got that Ronald McDonald feet and it's 1 foot inbounds and not 2. Catching is good, you know, from these guys. So they got good hands, good with the ball. As you see, juke move is high for Reed, Thomas, and Jones. Torrey Smith, not so much, but catching, definitely good for Smith. Thompson, not so much, a little bit on the lower end, low 70s, not even 70, 69, but basically a 70 But again, that's somebody who can take it to the house. So his speed he's just a threat being on the field. I apologize if you hear my baby in the background screaming, but there's nothing I can do about him screaming. He's watching cartoons going nuts. But spectacular. I mean, they lost Anquan Boldin, who was such a big reason why they won the Super Bowl. They lost key, not even just playmakers, but spiritually, they lost the biggest motivator the game has ever seen in Ray Lewis. Ed Reed is the best coverage safety to ever play the game. You lose those, you lose Anquan. I mean, they're not rebuilding because they still have the opportunity to make the playoffs and do some things, picking up Doomerville and things like that. But still, as far as Madden goes, this isn't the team of Madden 13 where you can put in on the Ravens and feel confident going up against any team. Even though they're at a disadvantage going up against every team is a disadvantage going up against the cheesy ass Niners in Madden 13. But nonetheless, this is definitely, I would say, the weaker teams of the 4 teams in the demo, just due to the fact that they're not as great on defense as they were before. Offense with Flacco, Ray Rice, Smith, and Jones, and Thompson, just all that speed on the field, you can make things happen. Last year I played a lot with the Raiders, and overall-wise, they weren't the best, but that speed was unmatched. You can do a lot with speed. Defensively, on the other hand, you really need key players to make things happen for you. Well, me anyways. If you know what you're doing, you can play with any team. But me speaking, in my personal opinion, I need a defense that can help me make plays for me because my defense is ass. I sit in the cover 2 sink all day and hope for the best. Their offensive line really isn't that good. Their receivers are, great speed, but nobody overwhelmingly, no big dominant receiver really besides Smith, in my opinion. Is that his name? I don't know, man. I've looked at so many players today. I may be confusing names. I'm sorry if I confuse names. Again, their offensive line really isn't the best. Their defensive line you can work with, but you have to sacrifice linebackers. You have to take Doomerville and Suggs out of the linebacker core to put them in. So if you're going to play like dime or something like that, then you would have the best advantage of having Suggs, Doomerville, and Nada on the field. But if you're playing like a 4-3, then you're probably better off because you don't want to take out Suggs and Doomerville from linebackers and have a bunch of, guys in the backfield. I mean, in your linebackers who, are nowhere near as good. So, their line isn't the best. They got some good linemen, but as a lineman crew, they're not really the best as far as Madden goes. Really would like to have seen better, stats there, but unfortunately not. So you got to be careful when you're looking to run the ball, or just know that pressure can't happen because they don't have the greatest line. Now, they do have Chris Canty, who was, definitely good as a Giant. They have Nada as well. Like I said, their D-line is workable. Like if you played in the dime, with just that middle linebacker, I would put Nada and maybe Canty at D-tackle, or maybe leave Cody, because Cody's a block-shedding monster. I go to his block shed. His block shed has always been high, so it's like 92 or something like that. So, but I would maybe go Canty and Nada D-tackles and Doomerville and Suggs on the outsides. But that's only if I'm going to run dime. Outside of that, or quarters. But outside of, nickel or 4-3, I would definitely leave it the way it is. Because, again, their linebackers, they don't really have any big reserves. I'd rather have Suggs out there than, Upshaw, McPhee, or anybody like that. So, Doomerville, big pickups for them defensively, again. But you just really can't replace a Ray Lewis, nonetheless. But as far as Madden goes, their defense is workable. You put some people, you mix them around. I would definitely put Nada as a D-tackle because his speed is too low. He's too slow for me to be on the edge. I'd rather have him block shedding up the middle than on the outskirts because he's just too slow. I'd rather have Doomerville and Suggs on the outside with more speed, who can get to a toss quicker, who can get to an outside run quicker. Because Nada just, to me, doesn't really have that speed. I'd rather have him just being a brick wall in the middle with Cody or Canty, which definitely going to cause some problems. But then you're going to be lacking at linebackers when you do that. Because last year, you could put Suggs and still have Ray Lewis, that 95 overall, 89 he got down to, whatever he was, 91, 89, whenever he got downgraded in the middle of the field. And he's still a big playmaker. Now you don't have him there. So now when you take out Suggs and Dumerville, you put them on the line, you might have some issues. Cornerbacks, they got some speed. You know, you got my boy Webb, you got Johnson, some good speed. You know, I would love to play with this team. If I'm going to play, I would stick to dime because, you know, they got 4 cornerbacks with speed, you know, decent man-to-man. Overall, Webb is one of the best. You know, you also have Smith and Graham 80. You have Johnson, who's a high 70. So I would suggest playing. I mean, this will fit my play style the best. You know, is playing dime, having those 4 guys on the field with the free safety and strong safety. Also having the ability to put Suggs and Dumerville on the outskirts and Nada and Cody on the inside. Hopefully cause some block shedding havoc on that front line. Because Dumerville, Suggs, and Nada and Canty, that's a monstrous front 4. You know, but again, you're sacrificing your linebacking core. And to me, I need to be able to figure out what it is I would do to give me the best edge of winning. And to me, dime would be the best. Dime or quarters. You know, that way I could have Suggs and Dumerville on the outsides. Special teams are monstrous. You know, Tucker has a big boot, so does Koch. So, you know, you don't really got to worry about. Every team in the demo actually has had really good kickers except the Niners with Dawson, who just is old and shriveled and really can't boot the ball as well as everybody else. But special teams, every team in the demo has a really good special team core. I would definitely rate the Ravens. The bottom 4 of the 4 teams, I would go Niners. Then I would go Seahawks, Packers, and Ravens. Packers are only 3rd, even though I believe Packers have the best offense, but their defense is the worst. I would take the Ravens defense over the Packers. The Packers don't really have anything going on defense. The Ravens, like I said, they're workable. The Seahawks have the best coverage D. Looking at all the attributes, the Niners have the best front 7. You know, they have the best pass rush. Best running back, I would give it out of everybody. I would give it to Marshawn, then Ray Rice, then Gore, and then the Packers. I mean, really, Packers haven't had a running back in 12 years. Wide receivers, I would go Packers, Seahawks, Niners, then Ravens. Offensive line, I would go Niners, Seahawks, Ravens, then Packers. Nonetheless, like I said, teams 1 through 4 so far, out of breaking everything down, Niners, Seahawks, Packers, Ravens. And Seahawks are a lot closer to the Niners than I thought, man. Bro, the Seahawks really surprised me out of everybody on how dominating of a team that they have. But that's the end of it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdowns. Hope you guys enjoyed how I would set up rosters and things like that. Look forward to some gameplay tomorrow. I'm going to see if I could even get my brother down here for a live game. Go up and actually go up against somebody and get some, you know, competitive gameplay. So it's your boy GS, and I'm out. Peace. Give it to me, baby.